Hey guys, Chris here. Today I'm in the middle of Nevada near Sand Mountain, Sand Springs, and we're going to be spending the night near, maybe even inside, an abandoned Pony Express station that's out here in the desert. That's next. Dinner tonight I have, as a special occasion for this Western outdoor adventure, I have Bison Burger, a gourmet Bison Burger I'm going to be cooking up, and I have a specialty outlaw beer. So the Pony Express lasted from April of 1860 to only November of 1861, and then the telegraph was invented and they shut down within just a couple days after that. And it ran from St. Joseph, Missouri to Sacramento, California, when California was a fairly new state, so it needed a way to get mail out to California across our vast continent. Isn't that cool? Awesome, look at this. Very primitive conditions, but they built this structure, this station, where they would switch horses about every 10, 15, 20 miles. They would switch horses based on the terrain and how rough the country was. But this was the Sand Springs station, and it looks like they used lava rock to build this structure, and very primitive conditions out here. Very rough life for these people, but we got to find a place to set up camp. Look at that, you can see the walls, almost like the ruins. Well, here's a window. Keep an eye on things out back there. Very cool. I guess this was the living quarters, like right up inside here. Look at this. Honey, I'm home. So yeah, this is the living quarters right here behind me for the employees that worked at the station, and then they would wait for the ponies to come from this way or from the west, depending on which way they were going. And then they would sound these trumpets or horns to alert the other employees, get the horse ready so they could get the rider switched out and switch the mailbag and keep them moving. And the riders would do 80 to 100 miles in a day, and then they would ride the horses for 10, 15 miles or so before they got to another station and would switch out.
Riders of the Pony Express begin their race to cut the dangerous journey across the continent from 180 days down to an incredible 10.
All right, tonight I have my Alps Lynx 2, and this is a two-person tent. I like the little extra room here, and it's got two vestibules on it. So I got a door on either side with the vestibule. So that will be a really cozy way to sleep tonight. Going with the Climate Static V for a sleep pad tonight. Does not have much for R value, which is your insulation qualities, but it's lightweight and works really well. So I got my Alps Lynx 2 a couple years ago for I think about 125, 129. It's currently 165, and it's a good tent. It's an affordable tent for a 2-person backpacker's tent, 3-season. It does weigh 5.9 pounds, which is a little bit heavy, but with a 2-person tent, 2 vestibules, 2 people, they can split the weight up. But I like my little Alps Lynx 2, and gives me a little real estate to work with. But yeah, it's been a good tent. I don't use it a lot, but it is nice to have it, and I like the color. It blends in the desert really well. What I like about the Climate is it's got this great valve on it. You just rotate this thing back and forth, and it won't leak while you're inflating it. I don't know what I always call it Climate or Climate, so I don't know. I always get somebody that will correct me on it, but good pad, good pad. Okay, so I got the Kelty, it's called the Kelty Rambler 50 sleeping bag, and that is a 50-degree bag. And I also have the Rugged Camp pillow. That's like a $15 pillow. Packs down to the size of a kiwi. It's tiny, so that's pretty cool. But the lightweight, it's going to be warm tonight, and it was 94 when I showed up this afternoon. So, pretty hot. Time to make my buffalo burger. Okay, got some of my cooking gear here, and I think I am going to cook and then eat in the living quarters, which is right over here, where they did their cooking and eating. How cool is that? And plus, it's a great windbreak. So I am going to have no campfire tonight. I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm just not going to even touch anything, hardly disturb anything other than some sand. And we're just going to get the stove going. Good old MSR Pocket Rocket. That is a good stove for $45. I recently picked up a Jetboil Stash. I guess it's a new stove. It looks really comparable to the MSR Pocket Rocket. It comes with the pot and the stove, obviously, and a few other accessories to work with. But woo! Always makes me jump a little bit when I do the stove. So we're gonna get that burger going. Then I gotta cut some of my veggies up for. But this is a Bison Burger, organic Bison Burger I picked up. Kept it on ice on the way over here. I thought that was perfectly appropriate for our trip this week. Oh yeah. And then we got the Gerber Paraframe 2. Good night. Okay, bakery bun here, perfect for this. Very nice. Very nice. And I have to show this off. Outlaw beer from Great Basin Brewing Company, which is a Nevada brewing company. Isn't that awesome? Even got artwork in there. Even got a cowboy. He's camping out here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little cowboy and his horse camping out there. But yeah, beautiful label. I brought a bottle this time. That's all I could find. I do like the cans, but I'll go with the bottle. Pack it out, obviously. Couple nice tomatoes there. Ooh, yeah. Time for a little Colby Jack cheese. Officially cracked the Outlaw beer, so get that going. All right, cheers. That is good. A Nevada original. There you go. Turns out that is a milk stout. Did not know that. It's a very tasty beer though. I like it. I like all kind of varieties of beers, so this is no exception. All right, Buffalo Burger. What a beautiful night, by the way. There you go. That's how you do a Buffalo Burger out in the Wild West here. Yeah, let's get the sauce on that. Just a little teeny barbecue sauce, not much. That's plenty right there. Absolutely beautiful night though. The wind is dying down and I am just looking forward to just hanging out for a little bit. And then tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up bright and early, probably before sunrise, get my coffee going. And then we're going to hike up to that sand dune, see how high we can get. Not too shabby. I'm out of the wind. That's huge. Huge, huge, huge. All right. That is good. Organic, grass-fed, prairie-raised bison. That's awesome. And back in the 1860s, the bison were still roaming pretty free out in the prairies and of Nebraska, Wyoming, and Montana and all that. Out here, there might have been a few bison, but mostly antelope, deer, some wild horses, and mustangs too. But so it turns out this station that I'm at, Sand Springs Station, was under sand. It was buried by sand for over 100 years. And then in the mid-70s, about 1976, some archaeologists figured out, according to the maps and the history and the writings about the Pony Express, there's got to be a station right in this area. And they figured out where exactly to dig, and they excavated the sand, removed the sand, and they found the station. Isn't that awesome? And they got some help from the BLM, which is Bureau of Land Management. But this thing was under 30, 40 feet of sand up until the 70s. So there could, who knows what's buried underneath below here. It'd be old guns or something, I don't know. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. So I found this online, and this was a wanted poster for the Pony Express. And it said, Pony Express, St. Joseph, Missouri to California. It was Sacramento where they were going. And in 10 days or less, and that's actually what they do. They could do it in 10 days or less. Wanted, young, skinny, wiry fellows, not over 18, must be expert riders willing to risk death daily, orphans preferred, wages $25 a week, and some of them even got paid up to $125 a month, which was apparently really good. But these kids were 15, 14 to about 18. They had to weigh 125 pounds or less to ride these horses because they really wanted to meet their goal of about 10 days or less to get a letter, mail, news from St. Joseph, Missouri to Sacramento. And crazy. The word was that Buffalo Bill Cody, William Cody, at age 14 was a Pony Express rider. So from what I read, the only rider that was killed over the year and a half that they ran the Pony Express, his name was Billy Tate. Teenager, and he was riding, and I think it was in Nevada here in 1860s. There were some Paiute Indian wars going on and off for a few months during that year. And he was riding through the desert, and a band of Paiutes pursued him, and he found some shelter in some rocks up in some hills somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where. And he fought them off for a few hours, managed to kill 7 Paiute Indians, but at the end he was killed by the Indians, had 7 arrows in his body. They did not, the Paiute Indians, not scalp him, and I guess that was a sign of respect, at least for respect for your enemies. But that was the one rider that was killed on this route, 1900 plus route. And his horse did make it to the next station. It just kept going, and the mail was actually delivered. So the guy did his job. It just cost him his life. Wow. But I am going to be heading to bed here in a few minutes. And like I said, we're going to get up bright and early and see what we can get for a sunrise, and do a little more talking about the Pony Express. All right. Good night, you guys. Hey, good morning. Slept pretty good. The crickets kept me awake, but they eventually stopped, and I just crashed out. It was good. It's currently 61 degrees. Kind of chilly this morning. Going to be about 85 today. And the 50-degree Kelty Rambler bag worked pretty good for me. Very comfortable. Really, it packs down to like this size, just really tiny. And that worked great, but time to get some coffee. So I found a local guest on top of my tent. I saw him when I woke up this morning, but he decided to hang out here last night. He's big. The local locust. Not exactly sure what he is, but cicada type critter. Somebody knows what that is, that'd be great. Nice rich coffee this morning. Dark roast. Dark roast coffee going on there today. So I read that the station here was used obviously as the Pony Express station until November of 1861. Then after that, the Overland Stage Company and a telegraph office used this same building for off and on for a number of years throughout the 1860s, and then up until 1900, Wells Fargo Stage Company used this building as well. So that's kind of cool. Imagine coming here to get your ATM from Wells Fargo. I actually bank with Wells Fargo, so this is kind of how they started. Fresh brewed. Woohoo! Oh yeah, that sinks nicely into the sand. Sit back and relax. I just need an ocean now, because I got the beach and I got the windbreaks. As you can see, the rock that they use is like a lava type of rock, very porous, and they just found it in the area, and in between the rock it looks like sand. They just took wet sand and did the putting the walls together to keep them from just falling over like that. But that's pretty cool. And this one here behind me, it's got like almost like a gun port. If there was desperados or something back there, they could put the gun through there, take a shot at them if they had to. Very cool. Oh, I love my hot coffee. Cold coffee, no. Hot coffee, yes. Okay, so if you're gonna do sand dunes, you gotta have a few things. Number one, sunglasses. Number two, sunscreen. I got SPF 50, no, 30. Number three, you want a wide brim hat. Number four, sandals, something for your feet. Boots are worthless out here. They'll fill up with sand, obviously. And water. That's pretty smart. And you want a way to carry your gear so you can be hands-free and keep your electronics from getting sand on it. So I have the little Osprey portable backpack here, and that will work perfect. So normally on the weekends, this place has got a lot of dune buggies, ATVs, quads racing around out here, people camping out here. But today, I got the whole place to myself, at least this morning. Okay, so this is a lot steeper than it looks. It looks level here, but it is very steep. Good leg workout for sure. Okay, near the top. Oh my God. It just keeps moving. Yes. Woo. Oh man. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. For every one step I took, I went backwards like 2 steps. All right, this is quite a view from up here. These sand dunes are 400, 500 feet high. So now is the fun part. I get to run down the sand dune here. Okay guys, that was a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. And we will see you on the next one. And as always, keep hiking.